Hey, how's it going everyone? It's that Blue Abarth here, and today we have such a special video for you all. I mean, this is the one that I, sort of teased yesterday, and you don't have to wait any longer, people, because today we have this on the channel, and believe me, this is gonna be awesome. So let's get straight into it. So, as you can see, we have another Abarth, but this isn't borrowed. We're not on a test drive. This is now the family's new Abarth. And that's right, guys, we have another Abarth in the family. And well, a lot of you people kind of guessed that we had bought another one yesterday, but a lot of you had thought it was mine. And that's not the case, guys. This is actually my mum's new Formula 595. And that's right, guys, a Formula F595 is now in our family. So not only do we have the podium blue Abarth, we now have a Bianco white F595, and that's just crazy to say and think about. I mean, seeing the two on the drive, it is just insane. I mean, if I do get a picture of both of them on the drive together, I will put it up on the screen, because you've got to see how crazy it looks. And the amount of space we have in the driveway now is insane. You can actually close the gates as well, which is pretty crazy. But pretty much this car is, well, not only is it brand new to us, it is literally brand new. As we can see, if we just get a bit closer here, 72. And that's right, guys, this is a 72 plate, and it's only 6 months old, which is just crazy. I mean, this is the first ever like brand new car we have ever owned, so it is just insane. And it's an Abarth. Like, how fitting is that? It's absolutely crazy. So this only has 258 miles on it, which is just insane. I mean, I've never seen an Abarth with that lower mileage. I mean, even some of them in the dealership that are pretty much in the same situation as this, they even have like 1,000 miles on them or a little bit more. So to have under like 500 miles is just madness. So what actually is it? As I said, it's an F595, and pretty much that is the special edition. And well, I guess you're also wondering, what is the F595? Well, pretty much it's to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Carlo Abarth working with single-seater sports cars. And not only sports cars, race cars as well, because the engine in this car is the same one they used in the Formula 4 race cars, which is insane. And I've got to tell you, when we get to that engine, oh my goodness, there is so much to go over. But of course, we'll get to that in the relevant section. So pretty much the F595 is pretty much a mini race car. I mean, it's got the same engine as one, and all the bits and bobs have been tuned and designed specifically for this car. Even the exhaust is brand new and different, and you can't even get it on the regular models, not even the 695 models. So it's a very unique and special car. And a lot of you have probably just seen we've got a black roof, and that's not because it's been wrapped, and that's not even like something the car comes with. It's because it's a convertible. I mean, that is just madness. A convertible Abarth. I mean, that's the first ever time I've dealt with one or even seen one, so it's pretty awesome. Looks super stormtrooper, super crazy, and just spectacular. It really reminds me of the Lamborghini Huracan Spider, which, oh, I absolutely love that car. So to see that sort of design on this is crazy. So how about we get more into the car and go a little bit more in depth. And actually, before we get into it, I just want to show you a quick clip of when we got this car.
Whichever one you want to do.
Oh my god!
She's only awesome.
Oh, thank you.
All right, that is awesome. So, as you can see in that clip there, guys, that is how a handover should be done. I mean, that was just super cool to see. I had to record it. I mean, one, I wanted to do it for the channel, and two, I had to rewatch that like 50 times because it was so cool to see it come off from the cover. There was even a little like sign on a post that said congratulations and everything. It was so cool. First ever time I've seen a proper handover, and well, it was so awesome. And I've got to say a massive shout out to Stoneacre Abarth in Grimsby for all that they have done with this car, specifically Chris in Stoneacre. He's been an absolute help with this car, and he has just been super helpful and amazing throughout the entire process. I mean, he's the one that's helped us with the other Abarths as well, so we thought, you know what, if we're going to buy a car, we're going to buy a car off him. And I've got to say, he is just one of the best salesmen I think I've ever experienced in any dealership. So if you're wanting a car, head over to Stoneacre, ask for Chris, or just buy one from there, because I tell you what, you're doing it right, that's for sure. So now let's get on to the actual car itself. So starting off with the front bumper, it's pretty much the same as it is on mine. I mean, we've got the LED headlights, we've got the chrome accents instead, and then coming to the bottom here, we've pretty much got the same bumper, but instead the text is dark and black, which, I mean, to be honest, I don't really mind. I think it suits it with the whole white and black colour scheme. If it were to go coloured, I think we would do white or maybe Italian, but I think we are going to leave it because after all, this is my mum's car. I think the only thing we are going to do is maybe a cheeky little bonnet scorpion in black, because I think that would look properly cool on this car. So now coming round to the side, we've got some nice bits and bobs to talk about. So first of all, how about we talk about these Pista Ferrari wheels? I mean, that is so awesome to see on this car, and usually you don't get these wheels on the Pista. It's usually the other design with the 4 or 5 spoke big horseshoe design. So it's pretty cool to get Pista Ferrari wheels in black on an F595. And to wrap them up, we've got Pirelli P0 Neros, which is a very nice thing to see. I mean, of course, as you guys know from my car, they're a fantastic tyre. So to have them on this is a bonus. I mean, we've also got silver brake calipers, which is really unique. I've never seen silver calipers on an Abarth, so that's pretty cool. And drilled vented discs, which is awesome. I mean, that is proper sports car feeling, and that's another reason why it reminds me of a Huracan, because I mean, we've got drilled discs on the front and the back, which is proper sports car like, and it is so cool. The stopping power of this car is immense, just like any other Abarth, which tells you you don't need Brembos in order to have good brakes. I mean, the stock brakes on an Abarth, they definitely do the trick, that's for sure. So coming to the rest of the side profile, you can see it looks fantastic. I mean, all of the accents combining together really make a solid and great looking car, that is for sure. I mean, we've got black wing mirror caps, which look really nice. We've also got sort of a fleck on it. It is sort of wet there, so it might just be the rain and the way it's gone on the wing mirror, but it's sort of, yeah, I can see a fleck there, and I imagine with a little bit of, you know, TLC and polishing, that will come up lovely. But that is really nice. I wouldn't mind black wing mirror caps for mine, but to be honest, podium blue, it's got to be. I mean, podium blue all the way. But we've got a black stripe on the side of it as well, which looks really good. And that is also something that doesn't usually come on the F595. So it's pretty cool to see that in person. I mean, this whole car is a very rare specification of the F595, just like I was saying a couple minutes ago. And it's really different to what they usually are. I mean, like I said, they're usually dark grey with blue accents. So how in the world they're able to get a convertible version in Bianco white, or Gara white even, with Ferrari wheels is just beyond me. But I'm so glad they did, because it looks fantastic for it. Chrome door handles as well, which also looks really nice. And interestingly enough, the Abarth badge with no 595 badge. And it's also sort of lowered as well. But obviously, it makes up for that with the badge on the back, which we'll get to in a second. But as you can see, just the whole profile is super clean and it looks really good. It is also lowered at the back, so it does have slightly better stance than mine, which is very nice. It's sort of got a Competizione stance to it, and I've got to say, I think this trumps a Competizione by quite a large amount. The only thing this car doesn't have is Competizione seats, but to be honest, the seats in this are just as good, and obviously we'll get to those when we get to the interior. But as you can see, the cap has just magically opened to reveal, oh yes, Mommy, Daddy, we have got a Competizione fuel cap, which, oh my goodness gracious, you've just got to have. This came on it as standard, so, I mean, that is awesome to know. But, funnily enough, we actually got both filler caps, which is strange. We got the stock one that locks in, and the Competizione one. So, not sure what's going on there, but either way, it's cool to have both. Because, I mean, that is an expensive thing to get with the Abarth, so absolutely love it. We'll just quickly come to the top as well. We've got the lovely convertible roof, which sadly we cannot display and show off today because it, well, as you can see from the wing, it has been raining. So it will be just a tad damp, and I don't really want to experience what it's like folding back a wet roof. So, but do not worry, we will show it off another day. But at least you get to see it. I mean, it looks really, really nice. The material looks great, and I really love how it's in the middle of the roof. I mean, I guess it would be a little bit hard to also fold back the pillars as well, but I mean, it does look really good. It looks like a black carbon roof or something like that, like a wrapped roof, and it looks really, really cool. And then coming to the wing, you can see it's actually slightly different to your regular Abarth wing, and that is because, as you can see, it's sort of spiky. It goes in and it comes out quite nicely as well to reveal a very nice sporty wing. It reminds me a lot of the Series 3 Maxton wing that you can buy for the older Abarth 500s, and it really looks cool. I think this wing is such an amazing design and really adds to this car, and really just makes the convertible a more desired option because it gives you more of a cooler wing. I mean, as you can see, I mean, I'm hoping the show's on camera, the wing also slightly like angles upwards as well, giving more of a sporty shape to it, and that's pretty cool. I mean, the standard Abarth wing on the usual 595s just kind of goes straight outwards, and yeah, it kind of just curves around. So to see it angle upwards with a new design is pretty nice indeed, I've got to say. So finally coming around to the back, and I think that's got to be the best part of this car. I mean, oh, whew, look at that. That is just, oh mate, I don't know what to say. That is just amazing. That is, I mean, as you can see, we've got the F595 badge. There it is in person, and there's all of it in its great black and silver glory. I mean, that just looks fantastic. I mean, the one thing I would like to know, does anyone know what this is? I mean, I'm pretty sure that is a track layout, but I'd be interested to know which one. I thought Imola, my dad thought Monza, but we're not too sure. So if any of you guys do know what that track is, please let me know down in the comments, because I'd really like to know. But as you can see, F595, that's all you have to know. And then coming to the rear itself, it is, well, like I said, pretty amazing to look at. I mean, we've got the standard normal rear of the car, but enhanced with some very nice bits indeed. So we've got the chrome accents with the lovely standard iconic Abarth badge, and then we've got the rest of the cabriolet roof as well, which looks fantastic. And of course we've got the Cyclops, which is a lot more, you can really see it now because of the wing kind of going inwards a little bit, so you can really see the Cyclops, which is pretty cool. And then coming to the roof itself, we can see in here we've got a new part on the inside of the rear of the car, which we'll get to in a bit. But you're probably all thinking, if it's a convertible roof, then how does the boot work? Well, pretty much you just grab it like the regular handle on the regular boots of the Abarths, pull it up, and then it folds like that, which is pretty cool indeed. Of course, again, we got the 72 plate on the back, which is still just crazy to me that this is a brand new Abarth and it's ours. I mean, we own this car. I mean, a lot of you guys thought that I had bought this car, but nah, this is my mum's, and I'm so glad that we get to see this every day. I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, we drove here, well, just a couple minutes ago, and I've got to say, I really enjoyed being the passenger of an Abarth. I mean, it was just such a different experience, and I've got to say, it's a very nice one as well. But yeah, so, not my car. Would love it. I would absolutely love it though, but this is my mum's, and I'm very happy for her. It was a very emotional uncovering when we took the cover off, and I've got to say, it was just awesome. The whole thing was amazing, and like I said, big props to Stoneacre and Chris for all that they did with this car. But it's now time to come to these bad boys on the back, and I've got to say they are fantastic. So as you can see, vertically stacked quad tips, and this is a Monza. So you guys have probably remember when we did the not dark blue, that weird blue 695 comp, that also had vertically stacked Monza quads, but that one was sort of a standard Monza exhaust compared to this one, because this is a whole brand new different Monza compared to your usual ones that you get on, say, the Competiciones or any other model that may have it, because this is the Sovrapposto version of the Monza exhaust, a fully revamped special version of the Monza that only comes on the F595. So even more reason to go for this car, and we're going to start it up in a bit, because believe me, you will be shocked at the sound of this car. You guys have probably picked up that there's some strange little holes in the back of the bumper, and that is because this car comes loaded with tech. I've got to say, it's got everything, but those little holes are probably, well, by now you've probably guessed, parking sensors. And that's right, this is the first ever Abarth I've encountered with parking sensors, which is pretty awesome. Oh, and just before we get to the front, actually, as you can see, the rear wiper is going. Oh, well, actually, that's my dad's arm. But as you can see, we don't actually have a rear wiper. And well, that makes sense. I mean, it is a convertible, so it wouldn't have one. I mean, no convertibles have a rear wiper, so obviously it makes sense for this one not to have one either. But pretty much it has got the heated rear screen as well, so if it ever messes up or anything like that, you can just, you know, heat it up and it will solve the problem. So how about we now get to the front, because, oh, mate, there's some serious stuff going on under that bonnet. So here we are inside the bonnet and the engine bay of the F595, and as you can see, looks pretty standard, right? Looks like mine, right? No, you'd be very mistaken. This is a crazy new version of the Abarth engine. I mean, there's nothing really that's changed with it, but the appearance and some of the parts that have been put into it are definitely different for sure. So as you guys have probably seen, and well, that's probably a big giveaway, this has got a BMC air filter as standard. I mean, as you can see there's a little plaque, Abarth by BMC, and that's right, we've got a standard BMC high performance air filter in this car, and I tell you what, it really does the trick on making this car breathe better and accelerate like a mad thing, I'll tell you that much. I mean, this has only got 165 brake, so it's pretty much on Turismo level of power, but it really doesn't feel like it. I mean, as you can see, we've got that gigantic, massive turbo sat right there. And you're right, guys, if you're thinking that it's a Garrett, you would be right, because that is the fattest Garrett I have ever seen. I mean, the difference in size between my turbo and this one is just, it's just crazy. I mean, it's definitely a different turbo for sure. And man, the Garretts in these cars never disappoint. I mean, when you put your foot down, it is really going, and it will go, that's for sure. I mean, the power in this car is just phenomenal. I mean, the way it puts it down as well. I mean, of course, you've got P0s along with all of the Abarth technology. It's just such a mad little hot hatch. Really does make it a go-kart, and that's what these cars are all about. You don't need 700 horsepower quad turbos to go fast. Probably not going to do anything to this because, as I said, it is my mum's car, so she probably wouldn't like that maybe. But hey, who knows? She might get converted into a pure Abarthisti, and maybe she would want a bit of that, you know, action in the F595. But we'll have to see. For now, it's pretty much going to stay like this. But it's pretty modified as is. I mean, we've got the fat, massive Garrett, the BMC, and all of that good stuff as well. Pretty awesome, I have to say. So, standing outside of the interior, I just want to give you a quick overview of the entire thing, because I've got to say, this is a special place to be in. I mean, it really feels comfortable, and it feels more than it is. It feels like a Bentley in a way. I mean, the technology inside it, the seats, and all of those nice little bits and bobs come together to make a really nice car. And that's what I've been saying for ages. Abarths are such a nice little car to be in, and the interior is such a nice place. And honestly, I absolutely love them. I mean, this is sort of a blend and a mixture of Competizione and Turismo. Really combines the luxury and sporty aspects and puts it together into a really luxury feeling interior. And well, as you guys can see, how about we talk about these seats, because they are pretty much the same version as mine, but as you can see, we've got this really nice Bentley stitching going on, and it really looks good. I would love this stitching in my seats because, man, they just look fantastic. The quality of them is superb and top notch, and the design looks fantastic, I must say. And it really makes these seats pop. I think this is what these seats needed this entire time, because I've got to say, I do love my seats, but having that added onto it really makes them feel more than they are, which is great, because I really think these seats deserve justice, because everyone swaps them out, swaps them to leather Turismo seats or Competizione seats, and I think these deserve more love. They feel really comfy to sit in, and even after long hours of driving, they still feel like you've just sat in them for 5 minutes. So yeah, I really love these seats, and I'm glad they put a little bit of, well, spice into them as well. Yeah, only scorpions allowed. But getting back to the interior, that's pretty much the seats, and the door card is pretty much standard, but it's brand new, and I always love seeing brand new parts on a car, and this is just wonderful to look at. I mean, all the materials are literally brand new, and they've got that lovely shine to them and a new car feel, which is excellent. Now, this is a 72 plate car, so I imagine it may run Bose audio systems, but I could be wrong. I'm not too sure what they ran past 2019. I know the Competiziones run the Bose systems, but I'm not too sure what the others did. I'm not sure if they decided to put it in all of the newer Abarths, or if they decided to stick with older systems in some and then switch to new on the others. But I imagine it's pretty good whatever it is, because this is a pretty high spec, so I imagine whatever the audio is, it's going to be pretty good. So how about we now get inside and show you some more of the excellent features of this car. Okie dokie, here we are inside of the F595, and like I said, it's a nice place to be in, and wow, it smells new, and it also smells sort of like cherries. And well, that's because of this little guy right here. Little Joe is already inside the car. He just had to be. Every Abarth owner needs a little Joe, and as soon as Mum got this car, this went straight in. I mean, it's just got it. He's an absolute legend. And look at him, he's got his hands out and everything. He's so excited to be in a brand new car. And I mean, I don't blame him. So, let's talk about this brand spanking new interior. I mean, we've got this lovely leather steering wheel, which is just fantastic to look at. Not a mark on it. And look at it. Look how shiny and glossy it is. You can literally see me and my phone in the reflection of it. It's like a mirror. But with that being said, the rest of the steering wheel is just as nice. We've got the chrome at the top there, which I recently just got back on my wheel, because I think it just looks really nice with the chrome inserts as well. Gotta love it. But it's just, it feels new, it looks new, it's so nice. And it's got that brand, just awesome looking material on it. And this, like I said, there's not a mark on it. It looks fan-dabby-doozy. And yeah, you might notice as well that the dash may look strange, and I did as well. That is because the new digital dashboard is sort of on an angle, which is very interesting to see. I mean, I really thought I was like, you know, I thought I was bugging or something. I thought I was like tripping out and just seeing something weird. I mean, it is sort of like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I thought maybe it was just me waking up. But no. The dash is angled slightly downwards, which is interesting, but I actually quite like it. I think it suits it in a way. But yeah, really cool. Of course, we've got the leather binnacle as well with the turbo gauge. No Scorpion on it, but maybe that might change soon enough. But yeah, really nice. Of course, we've got to have a turbo gauge in a car like this, especially if we're rocking a Garrett. But how about we talk about this 7-inch touchscreen, the absolute creme de la crop, or something like that. That's French. I'm more Italian, but even still, I can't even pronounce some Italian words. But yeah, pretty much 7-inch touchscreen. It's lovely to use and lovely to look at too. We've got this really nice black gloss surround on it as well with, well, you guys are probably wondering, what is this dashboard? And well, I've got to say, I'm even stumped thinking about it. I can't even get my words out because honestly, this dashboard is super unique. I mean, usually we would get a Compovolo or Capello grey dashboard like we would on the Competiciones, and it's in more of a lighter but still dark grey matte tone. But this one is sort of a Scorpione black instead. It's very, very dark and it's got way more of a matte tinge on it, and it just looks so nice. Now, I'm not sure if this is sort of a new rendition of the Capello grey dashboard we would get, like I said, in the Competiciones, but either way, I really, really dig it. It really gives that nice, stealthy vibe to it, and I really, really love it for sure. I'm kind of glad they went with that instead of a white dashboard because I really think it suits it more with a darker one. Really, really looks good for sure. And of course, check that out, the new Scorpion button, which also lights up at night. Really, really sick. I love that new button. I think it looks fantastic indeed. Absolutely love pressing it as well. And I've got to say, when we start this up, that button does something for sure. And now we have digital AC as well, which is very nice to have. Very easy to use as well. This car, like I've said with other Abarths, I always user friendly, and I've got to say that's always been the case as well. So easy to look at, so easy to navigate, and it's just always a great time when using one. Now, coming to the gear stick, and well, as you can see, Competizione shifter, which is awesome. I mean, I've always loved this shift stick in the Abarths, and I've got to say, it's pretty cool to have it in this model. I mean, usually it's restricted to only the Competiciones, but sometimes you can get them on Turismos and even some of the special 595s, so it's awesome to have it in this one. Lovely leather, and stitched leather even, gear gaiter as well, to top off with the shifter. Absolutely love it. And then the rest of it is pretty much just the standard same as you would get in the other Abarths, but the only difference is it's all brand new. We've also got Competizione mats as well, which I don't know if you can see that, but we've got that nice little badge there as well, Officine Abarth. Very, very nice. That actually did come out of the house, and I already had those, and I did feel like it did need spicing up with the mats, because it did come with mats that weren't for this car, so for Competizione mats would definitely suit it, that is for certain. But that's pretty much it for the interior, and well, I've got to say, it is stonking. It's brand new, it's got all of the best bits and pieces, and I've got to love it, and it has Little Joe. You can't get any better than that. But just before we end off with the interior, there are the switches for the electric convertible roof. And I've got to say, they are super easy, just that to go back and that to go forward. There are 3 stages of the roof as well. So you can hold it and it can go to here, there, and then of course all the way back as well, which is really, really cool. So it's sort of a panoramic roof mixed with a convertible roof as well. And I've got to say, that's pretty awesome indeed. So, also on this car, we have quite a lot of, well, new and helpful features, such as auto wipers, which that's right, guys. So, pretty much, I imagine that you guys know what that's pretty much all about, but if you want some information on it, pretty much you just flick it to auto, and then when the windscreen senses rain, the wipers will start going. Same case for the lights, as it's also got auto lights too, which is pretty awesome indeed. So pretty much same case again, if the car senses that it's going dark or a little bit too dark for its liking, it will flick the lights on, which is pretty awesome for sure. Now I'm not sure if it has auto beams, but either way, it's pretty sick. And we also have, oh, I was covering it up there, the trip button too, to get all of your lovely screens on the tilted dashboard, which I'm going to have to get used to, that's for sure. And as you can see, we've got a pretty cool keyring too, which is really, really sick indeed. Of course, we will spice the key up with a carbon key cover and another keyring as well to get it looking like mine. But for now, that looks pretty sick, I've got to admit. So, how about we step outside? And, well, I think you guys know what we're going to do next. So, I'll see you in a sec. So, here we are outside, and you guys know what we're about to do. Because, hey, it can't be a That Blue Abarth video without some sound. So how about we start it up? Oh, yes. So, we've got that lovely stock tone of the Monza, but as you can hear, it's sort of a little bit quiet. And well, that is mainly because it is valved. And how about we show you the louder side of this exhaust? Oh yes. There we go. Listen to that, and you can hear the turbo whining as well. Oh, goodness gracious. What can I say about this car other than it's awesome? Oh, mate. And of course, we've got that more louder, grumblier tone now with the sport mode on, and it is just fantastic. I mean, take a listen to that.
There are no phones connected.
Oh.
Connect to phone and try again.
The phone is indeed connected, guys, as you could probably hear there, and it's got speech assistant as well, which I forgot to mention, which is pretty awesome. But oh mate, this car is just utterly fantastic. The sound, the body kit, all of it is just ace. So now I guess it's time to end off and do the final thoughts of this fantastic F595. So everyone, there we have it. That is everything about the brand new F595. Not only that, my mum's brand new Formula or F595. And it's incredible to say that. We now own this car and my mum gets to drive it every single day, which is fantastic and awesome. I mean, she absolutely adores the car. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not even been 48 hours and she absolutely loves it. I mean, for good reason. It's just a fantastic car. It's ace. Everything from the new dashboard, the digital speedometer, or instrument cluster, I should say. I guess that's the right word for it. The Ferrari wheels, the awesome Stormtrooper paint job of black and white, and the awesome, just amazing exhaust as well. Everything comes together to make a superb car, I've got to say. So obviously, with it being, well, pretty much the new car for the channel, you're going to see quite a lot of it, that is for sure. And well, if you guys want any more videos of it, that being a POV drive or just more information about it, please let me know down in the comments. But for now, that is pretty much everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, because I really did. And well, if you want to see more content on my car or this brand new F595, then hey, you guys know what to do. Hit that bell, like, comment and subscribe, because, well, it's always really appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the future. Oh, absolutely awesome. Leaving in style. So, like I said, I'll see you in the future, guys. Have a good one.